Hi, this is Dr. Winters, and people seem to want to learn more about some of the supplements that we use in our practice. And so yesterday we got in an order of standard process and MediHerb supplements. So I thought I would open the box today and talk about some of the supplements that we use, and you may learn some really interesting things in how we take care of patients in doing that. So Standard Process and MediHerb is a company in southern Wisconsin that deals with whole food supplements. And these supplements are grown on a farm there in southern Illinois. Southern Wisconsin. How did I do that? I'm right next to southern Illinois. That's how I did it. And so I want to share with you what's in the box today. And so the supplements grown there are whole foods, some of the best topsoil in the country. Debbie and I have been there. It's an amazing farm. It's an amazing experience to view the farm, which health professionals get to do, and to see all the crops that they rotate through on that farm, grown 100% organically. Don't quote me on the exact acres. I know it's at least 600 acres there. And just within 2 miles, they have the manufacturing facility. And Debbie and I walked through that manufacturing facility. I literally looked for a speck of paint off the wall there and couldn't find it. It was pretty amazing. So let's look at some of the things that we've got here. Get this wrapping paper out of the way, of course. And we'll talk about both standard process supplements and MediHerb supplements. So let's just pull the first one out. This is all Prima DHA, fats for the brain, fats for the nervous system. This is the most reason that we use it. So if our nerves are going to communicate to each other in the brain, they rely on the neurons, and the brain is like 60% fat, and most of that fat is DHA. So if we want to make good connections of information in the brain, we need a flexible receptor sites in the brain. We need a healthy brain, and DHA is the big thing that we use for fats in the brain. So that helps people with focus, concentration, and more. Now, if we're going to use a little bit more brain and body approach in terms of the fats, we're going to use something like All Prima DHA or EPA DHA. And so this is a blend of the fatty acids EPA and DHA. So that's going to be more whole body type of inflammation that we're going to use that for. Now let's pull out, that's the same products, All Prima EPA and DHA for body-wide inflammation. And Drenamin. So Drenamin helps us with our adrenals. So we're all facing a lot of stress these days, and we need to build up our adrenal glands. And so we have whole food nutrition in here to support our adrenal glands. And so there's a number of foods like rice bran and bovine liver and adrenal and vitamin concentrates, mushroom powders that contain vitamin C, sweet potatoes, etc. So this is going to contain B vitamins and support nutrients and something from beef called adrenotrophin or adrenal support. And so those are PMGs, and I've got a whole video on PMGs. You can watch those. But PMGs take out autoimmune attack off the cell, and they supply nutrients for the body to rebuild its adrenal glands. So Drenamin is the classic product there for the adrenals from Standard Process. It's been used for this supplement. Sometimes they have the exact year on here, but I'm sure this has been at least since the 1950s. They just reformulated into a bigger tablet for people. Now, this product is called Cellular Vitality. It's got a new name, so as soon as they use up the stock that has labeled Cellular Vitality, it's going to be called B Vitality with CoQ10. And so these are B vitamins, primarily from a whole food form, and naturally occurring CoQ10, and then there's some mushroom powders in here, and there's some cordyceps is a mushroom powder, and there is American ginseng and a multi-seed extract. And so these are going to be grapeseed, blueberry, and more, so lots of antioxidants. Debbie and I use this product when we are going on trips, riding our bicycle a lot. If we're going to ride our bicycle, well, even a 20-mile ride on our bicycle, or 10 to 20 just on a Saturday afternoon, we will take this product before we ride, so we've got lots of cellular energy. But sometimes we'll take it before workouts with our trainer, or if we're going to do some kind of exercise class, we'll take this. Cellular Vitality is a fantastic supplement for cellular energy, or it's going to be called B Vitality with CoQ10. Now let's see what else we've got in the standard process line here. OPC Synergy. This product we use a lot for brain. It increases the circulation in the brain, so there's lots and lots of antioxidants in here. And these antioxidants are going to open up circulation in the brain. And there is a book by a child psychiatrist that we learned about this from also, and he recommends it in his book. The title is about focus. James Greenblatt, anyway, is the author. And he recommends this along with neurofeedback for increasing beta waves and decreasing theta waves in the focus areas of the brain. So he recommends neurofeedback, which is computerized brain training that we do, and this OPC Synergy supplement. So we like to use this with kids with ADHD or adults with mental fatigue issues. So we'll use a lot of that. And we've got a few more bottles of that, again, because we're using it a lot for kids with ADHD, mental fatigue, things like that. Circulatory support as well. Now this is Nervagesic. This is a combination of herbs for nerve type of pain. If we're dealing with a lot of pain issues that somebody doesn't want to take prescription pain medicine, Nervagesic can be a great combination. Spleen desiccated. So this is concentrated spleen. It comes from beef, but our spleen is so important in this post-COVID world right now. We need this to help reboot our spleen. Our spleen contains the cytokines or immune messengers that communicate back to the brain through the vagus nerve and keep our immune system balanced. And so that's gotten off track on a lot of people in this post-COVID time. I'm trying to stick with the standard process, although I just did a medi-herb, I realized. Neurotrophin PMG. So neurotrophin PMG is a protective factor for the nervous system. So we will use it with head trauma. We will use it with people with autoimmune issues that are neurologically related. MS would be an example, but many, 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 many more, especially in this post-COVID time as well, because COVID has clawed its way through the blood-brain barrier, gotten inflammation into the brain, and creating some problems for people. So any kind of nerve issue, we will use this to help protect the nervous system. See, ribonucleic acid. Ribonucleic acid is really great for the cerebellum and the balance areas of the brain. So when people don't have good balance, we will often use this to help reboot that area of the brain. So it's primarily brain related. So we've got another bottle of that. And let's see, another bottle of ribonucleic acid. Neurotrophin PMG, OPC Synergy Spleen PMG. So this is protection for the spleen. It's a little bit different than the desiccated spleen. This is a PMG. It's going to run interference for autoimmune attack on the spleen. Sometimes we'll use those products together in this post-COVID world, and actually some people that have hair loss due to COVID, we've actually used spleen PMG and spleen desiccated together and gotten amazing results. So let's look through here. I think we've mostly got MediHerb left, and MediHerb is an Australian herbal company, one of the best in the world, and they distribute through Standard Process in the United States. Turmeric Forte. You need to understand about Turmeric Forte that it is one of the few turmerics that actually crosses into the brain. And they formulated this in a way with fenugreek that it crosses into the brain. There's more free curcuminoids. That's the active factor that can get into the nervous system. So most of the turmeric is going to be working in the gut. And there's a lot of effect there. That can be helpful. We're not dissing on other forms of turmeric. We're just saying there's only about 2 in the world that I know of that are really good at getting into the brain and reducing inflammation there. As I mentioned, in this post-COVID world, we've lost the blood-brain barrier a lot of times. If there was a minor disruption in that from, for, say, we don't have enough antioxidants, or we don't take care of our health in general, or we've had some prior head trauma or some injuries, that blood-brain barrier, which is the lining of the blood vessels of the brain that's supposed to keep stuff out, opens up, and it's letting things in that shouldn't be, and then we're reacting to all kinds of things in our environment. We might get a flu shot or a Botox shot or other things which, in our model aren't going to be that great to start with, but when we have a disrupted blood-brain barrier, then they're going to cause all kinds of havoc. And so Turmeric Forte, we're using a lot of this right now. Again, I've got to emphasize this so much. It's so important right now. So Turmeric Forte. Now, the next thing is Wild Yam Complex. And so we use this a lot with postmenopausal women to give them some estrogen support. And I think it's a really safe way to do that. So if I were categorizing risk in using estrogen, the most risky would be a synthetic estrogen, and by prescription, and that's something that a lot of people are uncomfortable with, and some of the studies have shown that there could be some more cancer risk, etc. And then next would be bioidentical hormones, and then the least risk I would identify as an herbal process like this, like what's in this wild yam complex. So in here we've got the wild yam root, we've got shatavari, which helps us metabolize our hormones better. We've got some St. John's wort, which helps with viral things, and it helps the nervous system with nerve things, and it helps mood. We've got some sage leaf, some black cohosh root, and some Korean ginseng. So this does really well for postmenopausal ladies. Lots of ladies get benefit to that, and we may need that estrogen for the brain, so it's a big thing. Now here we have bilberry forte. So bilberry is thought to be antioxidants for your eyes, right? And it is, but it's also antioxidants for your circulatory system. And so right now, that is such a big deal with our circulation post-COVID. And so most post-COVID patients, we are using bilberry forte with them, which is a very concentrated form of the antioxidant. And we've got some more turmeric, some more nervogesic, and the last one in our box for today is Coleus forte. And this is an herbal Coleus root, and it helps basically with our metabolism. So if you're looking to do something with metabolism that you're not wanting to take shots like Ozempic or things like that, Coleus Forte can be a good thing to support yourself in a gentler, safer way for your metabolism. So that's what we've got in our standard process Medior box today. I hope you find that interesting. I hope that you'll share some of our videos. I hope that you'll like and subscribe. And we're looking to get our YouTube information out there more. So give us a shot, and we look forward to hearing from you, and comment below if you've got more questions about these supplements. I'm Dr. Michael Winters, Winters Wellness, Chiropractic Redefined.